Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I rise today in support of this legislation. I want to thank the Majority Leader and the chairs of the committees of cognizance for doing a good job, I think, defending the bill line by line. You know, for a long time, I worked at a place called Hands on Hartford, little nonprofit, not far from where we stand. And my job was to coordinate the Faces of Homelessness Speakers Bureau. And it was called the Faces of Homelessness Speakers Bureau because people in this state experiencing homelessness often go unseen. They're not looked in the eye. We all do it. We look away. We don't want to, as some said, see them in our neighborhoods or lying on a bench. But the folks I worked with for years weren't homeless people. They were people who had experienced homelessness and were once again successful. And they actually, many of them were smarter than many people in this room. Many of them gave speeches better than speeches I hear in this room. They were often people who fell on hard times through circumstances that were not their fault. And the horrors of what they experienced while they were homeless is something I wouldn't wish upon anybody in this room or in this state.
You want to summarize? You've got
this bill was written partially by them. We owe them a debt of gratitude for allowing their pain and suffering, human suffering, in the wealthiest state in the country, to help inform their lived experience, to help inform this legislation. Will banning hostile architecture make a difference? Yes. Will the dignity of maybe allowing somebody to get a shower or to get clean clothes make a difference for people experiencing homelessness? Yes, it will. And so if you care about people experiencing homelessness, that whether you want to admit it or not, may even live in your community, then I urge you to support this bill because it's going to make a difference for people who are suffering immeasurably, and those numbers are growing every year in Connecticut in this economy. And I want to talk a little bit also about affordable housing. You know, we've heard a lot about affordable housing today. I may be the only person or one of the only people in this chamber that's worked directly on affordable housing. I didn't know if the legislature would ever come around to taking meaningful action, so I started buying properties in high opportunity, affluent communities without a lot of affordable housing available, and I started participating in affordable housing programs. I started moving folks in. And let me tell you, affordable housing is really, really hard to do. It's really hard. It wasn't without a lot of sacrifice and pain for the communities that had to accept the affordable housing, for the tenants that were moving to a new place where in many cases they were not welcomed in wealthy suburban communities. It wasn't easy for condo boards and municipalities. And this bill isn't easy for us either, I admit it. But we're not here to talk only about local control. We're here to talk about what is our obligation as the state of Connecticut to create the American dream and make it accessible and affordable to everyone. Everyone. If you're a child of a middle-class family, it's going to be easier for you to buy your first home with this bill. If you're a low-income tenant getting crushed and you can't afford a nice place to live and all you want is access to a safe community and a good school, you're going to have a better shot at getting that access because of this this bill. If you're a business and you just want to attract talent so you can make more profits for you and your shareholders, you want this bill because right now you can't find affordable housing for your employees. We can say we don't want to do it because every community, every individual municipality ought to make these decisions for themselves. But you know what? Each city and town, each local community did not establish and advance civil rights in this state or in this country. They didn't save the world in World War II. We had to have a bigger form of government step in and say, this matters to us. My right to the American dream maybe shouldn't be decided solely by a zip code that I'm forced to live in and I can't ever get out of. Maybe our responsibility is greater than the buzzword of local control. And so I ask my colleagues, both sides of the aisle, to please vote yes and make a meaningful difference on this housing crisis. Thank you.